Tell me, have you ever danced with the devil in the pale moonlight? I ask that of all my victims. Just like the sound of it. Batman. Or I guess with Michael Keaton, it's more like Batman. And just like my review for Superman the movie, this review is going to contain some minor spoilers for Batman, so if you have not seen Batman, you should check it out. Then you can come back and watch this video. So anyways, Batman came out in the year 1989. Superman had kind of died by that point. And before this movie, Batman was still seen by the general population as super campy. Yeah, there were some dark graphic novels before this, but this is the first time when the general population was like, oh, Batman's a serious character. Before this, you know, they had like pow, wham, kerpow, kerplank. And then this movie starts out with one of my favorite opening scenes in any movie ever. These two dudes rob this family, they're hanging out on a rooftop and they're talking about the Batman. They're like, oh, I heard he can actually fly. And one of them's like, the Bat? God, man, give me a break. And then all of a sudden, Batman just pounces on him, he knocks one of the guys out, the other guy he takes and he dangles over the roof, and this thug's freaking out. He's like, don't kill me, man, please. And he goes, I'm not gonna kill you, but I want you to tell all your friends about me. What are you? I'm Batman. That scene still gives me goosebumps. That thing is awesome. Now, obviously, I wasn't alive in 1989 when this movie came out, but from what I've heard, Michael Keaton got a lot of backlash when he was first announced as Batman, similar to what Ben Affleck got when he was announced. But Michael Keaton owned the role of Batman. Bruce Wayne, he's kind of hit or miss there, but he was a perfect Batman. I do like Christian Bale slightly more. He was the Batman for my generation, I guess. But basically think of it like this. Like, Michael Keaton Batman is... he's like a Pizookie. He's awesome. He's amazing. And then Christian Bale is like a Pizookie that's fresh out of the oven with hot fudge on it. So this is amazing, and this is just a little more amazing. But the main plot of this movie, it really follows the rise of the Joker. I mean, Batman's already Batman at the start of this movie, so it's not really an origin story for him, but it's more or less an origin story for the Joker. And I've heard some people say they should have called this movie Joker, and yeah, they're kind of right. And Jack Nicholson was great as the Joker. He's got some great lines in this movie too. Most of the memorable lines from this movie come from Jack Nicholson. Like the one that I said in the intro, it was like, do you ever dance with the devil in the pale of moonlight? Then there's, have you ever heard the healing power of laughter? Call me Joker. And as you can see, I'm a lot happier now. He also nails that really out-of-breath, psychotic laugh. He gets compared to Heath Ledger a lot. I'm sure Jared Leto's going to be compared to both of them. Before this movie and the tone they were going for, Jack was a great Joker. You can tell that he pulls a lot of stuff from the comic books, yet he also adds his own Jack Nicholson spin on it. And there's a lot of style like that in this movie, where you can tell this is Tim Burton making a Batman movie. Just like you can tell, oh, that's Jack Nicholson's spin on the Joker. So in that, it doesn't really feel like this is the Batman comics ported to the big screen. That's more for like Batman the Animated Series. But for what they were all going for in this movie, I thought it was pretty cool. Clearly you're not going to be walking into many big cities nowadays that look like what Gotham looks like in this movie. It more or less looks like the Gotham City section in Six Flags Magic Mountain, which that section of the park was based off of this movie, so I guess that makes sense. But it feels like a theme park. That being said, Tim Burton's style really does work for Batman. I mean, Batman's a really dark, gothic type of character anyways. And there are a couple of gratuitous shots, like the ending shot when he's standing on that gargoyle or the roof or whatever, and you see the bat signal in the air, and in the climax when he's flying his bat pod and it shoots up past the clouds and it just kind of freezes over the moon and then comes back down. The action in this movie is also really exciting. We hadn't quite gotten to where Batman can turn his head like you can in The Dark Knight, so you still have, you know, rubber suit, stiff-necked Batman. But the one scene after they escape that art museum and Batman's getting like mugged by those, are they cops? Yeah, those cops in the alleyway. There's one scene where one of them's just going berserk. I think they were under Joker's like laughing toxin gas or whatever. But that fight scene is just mano a mano, Batman versus this police officer. That was a really solid fight. Are there downsides to this movie? There's a couple. Kind of my same issue with Superman the movie, where I said there was a couple of side characters where I'm like, why did they need to be in this movie? Batman also kind of has a couple characters like that. Vicky Vale has this assistant dude. He, I guess, serves as comedic relief. And there's a couple times when I'm like, okay, I guess you're fine. And there's a couple scenes where I'm like, all right, just get him out of this scene. But there's really no scenes that I can think of where I'm like, oh, I'm glad that guy was in that scene. Honestly, he is kind of reminiscent of Kat Dennings in Thor. So if you didn't like Kat Dennings in Thor, you're probably not going to like this guy in Batman. Also, the characters of Harvey Dent and Commissioner Gordon were completely wasted. I get that Harvey Dent in this movie, it was kind of like when they had General Zod at the beginning of Superman the movie. They put him in kind of as like, you know, a reserve so they could put him in sequels and have him turn into Two-Face. But since Billy D. Williams never got to do that, I mean, he's in a couple scenes in this movie, but other than that, you're like, he didn't really need to be in the movie. And Commissioner Gordon too, he's in a couple scenes, but he never really works with Batman, so they're very isolated. That's one thing that I think the Dark Knight trilogy definitely did a lot better, was that relationship between Gordon and Batman. You know, they're working together, trying to solve the crime and bring Gotham back to its glory days. So it was a bummer seeing those characters who were so iconic to Batman lore go to waste like that. Other than that, I still love watching Batman. I wouldn't say it's Batman's best movie. I still really like The Dark Knight, but for the tone they were going for, it's serious, but it's also really fun. So check it out if you haven't already. It's definitely worth your time, especially if you're a fan of Tim Burton or Batman. So comment down below and tell me your favorite Batman villain. I want to say the Joker, but I feel like that's such a cliched answer, but I guess it is the Joker. I mean, the Joker is just the coolest. And guys, thank you so much for watching this video. I don't know if I'm going to do more videos like this. I kind of want to. It just kind of depends on time. And I guess I could do some after Batman v Superman comes out as well. But if you like this video, you can click subscribe, check out some of my other stuff, and I'll catch you guys next time.